So, Census of India provides the most complete and continuous demographic record of the population. The census is being regularly conducted every 10 years in since 1881. Yes, you have to remember. First census after independence in 1951. Indian census has a fascinating source of data to scholars. Yes, we researchers, we use NSSO data. Okay, in demography, economics, anthropology, sociology, statistics, and other disciplines. As I am doing research work, children, so the NSSO data is very relevant and very good. We have access to it. The responsibility of conducting the census rests with the Office of the Registrars General and Census Commissioner India under Ministry of Home Affairs. This you will be marking. The census collects information on various aspects of population like size, density, then sex ratio, literacy, migration, rural-urban distribution, all these things. Okay, census in India is not merely a statistical operation. The data is interpreted and analyzed in an interesting manner. Most recent census of India was performed in 2011. It was the 15th census. Okay, this also you will mark. So first census, when it was taken, who takes the responsibility of it, what are the aspects of the census data. Okay, last census was in 2011. It was the 15th number census and the 7th after independence. Now, National Sample Survey Organization. The National Sample Survey was set up in 1950 on the recommendation of the National Income Committee chaired by late Professor P.C. Mahalanobis. This you have to know. So, National Sample Survey was set up in 1950 by whom? Chairman of National Income Committee, P.C. Mahalanobis. The basic aim to set up NSS was to fill up large gaps in statistical data. As many statistical data were unavailable, to fill those gaps, NSS was set up. Okay, especially in respect of unorganized or household sectors of the economy. NSS was reorganized as National Sample Survey Organization in March 1970. This you will mark again. NSSO is an organization in the Ministry of Statistics and Programmed Implementation of the Government of India. So NSSO comes under this part. Okay, so you will mark this. It is the largest organization in India conducting regular socio-economic surveys. NSSO conducts nationwide surveys on socio-economic issues. The data collected by the NSSO surveys on different socio-economic subjects are based through reports and its quarterly journal Sarvekshana. So, in this whole paragraph, you will only study the reports are published in Sarvekshana, the journal name. NSSO provides periodic estimates on what are the aspects: literacy, school enrollment, utilization of educational service, employment, unemployment, manufacturing and the service sector, morbidity, maternity, childcare, utilization of the public distribution system, etc. So these aspects you have to study. NSSO also undertakes field work, okay, regarding industries and crop estimation, rural urban retail prices, all these things. So what are the aspects you have to study? Who set it up first? Then basic aim. Okay, that is computation of national income aggregates, especially in respect of unorganized and household sector. Okay, it was later on revised as National Sample Survey Organization 1970. Okay, then the journal name. NSSO involved three types of surveys: socio-economic survey, annual surveys of industries, agriculture survey. So NSSO has conducts three types of survey: annual, socio-economic and agriculture. Under socio-economic surveys, the entire responsibility of the survey from its design to release of the reports is in the hands of the NSSO. Means how will it conduct, through which method the data will be collected, its tabulation, everything is in the hands of the NSSO. However, in the other two surveys, NSSO is entrusted only with collection of data. Means for industries and agriculture, it is only entrusted with the data collection and the rest is not done by NSSO. NSSO organization has got 4 divisions: survey design and research design, field operation division, data processing division, coordination and publication division. So in case of socio-economic survey, full responsibility of NSSO, and industry and agriculture, only data collection by NSSO. NSSO, the organization is divided into 4 divisions: survey and design and research will be done by one group, field operation by another group, data processing another group, coordination and publication another group. Activities of NSSO. NSSO conducts the following activities: carries out multi-subject surveys, undertakes field work for the annual survey of industries and follow-up surveys of economic census. Then conducts sample checks on area enumeration and crop estimation surveys of state statistical agencies, prepares the urban frames useful in drawing of urban samples, collects price data from rural and urban sector, conducts ad hoc surveys and pilot inquiries for methodological studies. Okay, so these are the functions taken up by the NSSO. So NSSO functions under the overall direction of a governing council with requisite independence and autonomy. So we have already studied that NSSO comes under a government council, but it works with full independence and full power regarding the matter of collection, processing and publication. In India and abroad, NSSO has become a reliable estimate. Okay. So the functions of NSSO have to be done. Okay, there are 6 functions. Any 3 you will be doing. Okay, so thus we end the chapter here. Next we will be doing revision work on this chapter. Thank you.